right.
What up, Majic Mike in that mix? And who we got on the Zoom? We got Kimmy B. What's going on, home
What up,
girl?
what up, what up? Majic Mike, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. You had a busy day yesterday over at the Secret Summer. Big ups to Freddie Fame for that. Wow. He had
That was a Freddie Fame, yeah.
He had like a women's edition, ladies edition, right?
Yep, he's been doing it. You know, he puts on shows and helps us start us out, helps us get up there and have a platform to, you know, perform on or whatever. It's been great. And he put the ladies edition on last night. It went really well. Really well.
Okay, so are you going to be doing more of that? Do you see yourself doing more shows like that? Once we get the official green light, I bet you can't wait to get on the stage.
Exactly. Yeah. I've been doing a lot of those kind of shows, you know, the showcases. I'm really looking forward to getting, you know, like, well, the world today, we don't have shows like we had. So, you know, we got to kind of keep creating, you know, opportunities for ourselves to get out there and just get on the mic, right? So I really appreciate Freddie, what he's doing, because obviously in a time like this, you can't just, I mean, even big artists aren't getting on the stage right now, right? So I appreciate every opportunity to just get on the mic and get some exposure. But yeah, I've always looked forward to, you know, the big stage and the dancers and the lights. You know, I love all that. I love the show. You know, I look forward to that. Hopefully we'll see that again.
Okay. So right now, you know, let's just go back. You're born in Toronto to French, Canadian, and American parents. That's very interesting. And, you know. Armenian. Okay, my bad. Armenian. Look at that. My tablet's all messed up. Got to make that a little brighter.
That's okay.
You know what I mean? French Canadian, you know what I mean? Armenian parents. You were brought up in Toronto. You know, like you were into the Christian rap and
Sure. Yeah, my mom's French Canadian. My dad is Armenian. He was actually his parents were actually survivors in the genocide, the Armenian genocide. And they migrated to Jerusalem. My dad was born in Jerusalem. So that's something I didn't know growing up, and I was always a little bit shy of my background. You know, I could go into whole other stories there, but you know, I dealt with some issues, being uncomfortable in my own skin and stuff like that, and didn't really know a lot about my background as a child. I grew up with my mom, and she made some jokes, passed some jokes about my other side, you know. So I grew up a little bit ashamed and embarrassed. My last name is Baron-Suzian, so it's a little bit long, and I just, you know, I was always a little bit ashamed, but now I'm proud, because now I am a Christian artist. And now that I've come to know my dad's side, I'm just, I'm like, wow, now I understand myself, because I am a very fiery person. I was not raised a Christian, but I did become a hardcore believer, and to know my dad's family's history, it makes sense to who I'm becoming. So that's an interesting fact.
you know what's very interesting too, especially this day and age, to have Christian music. I know, for example, you know, we got to really turn to God now, because all the situations and problems. We got COVID, we got unemployment at a high rate. Like I said, last past shows, the tensions are really high in the world. You know what I mean? So people got to really turn to God now and just wish for the best. You know what I mean? So. What are your other inspirations? Like, what are some of your favorite artists, you know what I mean, growing up in Toronto, that you looked up to, that inspired you?
I grew up as a Mariah Carey fan. Mariah Carey spoke to me as a child. Like I said, I was not raised in a Christian home. And Mariah's vocals, her message, you know, her songs, she has those light, fluffy love songs, but when you got her album, there's faith on every album. And I clung to those songs, like Make It Happen, Hero, you know, but there was other songs on her album where she got really deep and personal and let you in. And I really appreciate and respect and love Mariah Carey. She carried me through the greater part of my life. And she did carry me to Jesus. Actually, she helped, her faith inspired me. And I clung to her message for a lot of years, because I was a street kid. I was in foster homes. I lived in the streets. I had a really rough family upbringing, family life, and it led me to a street life in my teens, and foster homes and juvenile detention, all kinds of stuff. So I clung to Mariah Carey's message for dear life, and I had a dream of music since I was a little girl because of her. And every album, man, she just seemed to speak to me of my situation, and she had a song of faith that would just carry me, you know. And And now, with all that's going on in the world, I'm thankful for what her music did for me, but now I'm kind of in a Kanye West mode. You know, I'm going easy on her because
No,
you know
but
Kanye is
you ain't losing your mind though, like easy.
Kanye lost my brother. He found his spirit and he found his life in Christ. And what they put out there in the media is what the narrative they want you to believe. You know what I mean? But
you know what? You know what? I will say this: Kanye is a very, very, very smart man. I love his work. I love his style. And you're right. You know, I mean, he's gone through a lot in the industry. And, you know, people like to write all sorts of things about you when people like to speak the truth. But one thing I will disagree with Kanye West, right? I would not try to run for president right now and have, like he had a meeting, like he had all the reporters there and he totally lost his mind. It went from, you know, him being a candidate for president of the United States to him, you know, really needing help. You know what I mean? So I think he should take
that's how they make it. That's how they make it. But if you
well,
actually
you tell
watch
you
the whole
listen,
thing,
you tell me, right? You saw the way he was like, you know, I love
watched the
Kanye
whole
West.
thing. I watched the
Yeah,
whole thing.
he
I'll tell you
cried.
what I think though.
Okay, go ahead.
He's under a lot of pressure, brother. Like he's coming out of a very demonic system. And you know, when you come out and you're trying to tell truths and you're coming out of a hold on you and you're trying to do some positive things, you're running for president, you have your first campaign, you got all kinds of people in the audience, they're all in mass. I mean, we're in a different age and time. This brother's trying to speak some things that go against the grain, that are not your typical, they're not the narrative. And
well, I'll tell you why. Reason why
he's
it's not
under
the
pressure.
Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you right now.
He's in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you, I understand his situation about the abortion stuff because I have 3 children, and with my 3rd child, my son's father didn't want me to have the baby and he wanted me to abort the child. And people thought I was crazy because I was struggling already with 2 children and I was making moves in music, and they're like, now you're pregnant, you're going to lose everything. You're going to lose all your way you've made, and then you're just making this connection. You just met that guy and who knows what's going to happen with your music. And I had people that would scream at you about killing a spider, but they were the first ones to offer to drive me to the abortion clinic. You know what I'm saying? And my own best friends were ready to drive me. And I was almost at the point of doing it because the father didn't want me to have the baby. My friends is telling me I'm stupid. And I was on the brink, but I didn't do it because the thought of it gave me such agony and frustration. I had more peace.
So let me ask you one: are you against abortion? Like, let's say someone was sexually assaulted.
I don't judge people. I'm just taking about my testimony. I don't judge people for what they do. I am not going to say no. I don't go there. But I will say, if anybody asks me for my opinion, that I kept my child, and I'm very grateful that I did that, and I would never do it any other way. And so I will share my testimony and say I can understand how somebody who's on the brink, somebody who was almost aborted himself, could look at that and go, wow, it is that quick of a decision. It is that big of a decision, and it's been made very minuscule. Like this is some deep conversation.
You know what? It's a very deep conversation, right? And we're gonna definitely have you on an in-depth about how the industry is.
I wasn't intending to go.
For sure. Yo, listen. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you, you're dealing with Majic Mike here. Anything goes with Majic Mike. And by the way, those of you watching right now, YouTube, subscribe to my channel, Majic with a J, Majic Mike. And the audio from this interview, you know where it's going to go, right on the Majic Hour every Friday from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern on CHUO 89.1 in Ottawa and Live 89 FM in NYC. And don't forget the Majic Mixxx every Saturday from 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern on Live 89 FM. I thought I'd just put that in there. So Kimmy's going to be all over the place. So you've worked with some amazing people, right? You've worked with Shaw Claire. You've been in the studio with Shaw Claire. I see things about Tory Lanez, and big ups to everybody at Vibe 105.5 FM down in Toronto. You know what I mean? Sister station, literally, of CHUO here in Ottawa. And yeah, man, I just see you just blowing up, man. Top 10 charts and all that. You know what I mean? Like, how was it like being in the studio with some of these people? Did you feel intimidated, or did they come out to you and really help you? You know what I mean? When you felt uncomfortable sometimes in the booth or something.
Well, I hadn't started rapping yet. Actually, that was all inspiration in the beginning because I just graduated from college for studio engineering, 2008, 2009. I graduated, and I started interning at the studio where Choclair was recording his music. So I've never, Choclair and I have talked about doing a song together because we're friends, but I wasn't rapping yet. It was actually people from that studio that was like, yo, what are you doing? Like, you should get on the mic. And then I ended up doing that, obviously. But at first I was just in the writing sessions. I was in his recording sessions. I was just blessed to be a part of it and to have that as one of my first experiences coming out of recording school. So it was just inspiring. Choclair is very humble. He's a beautiful person. He's a great man. He was very nice to me. He was very encouraging, and I was greatly inspired by that.
I know, I've met him a few times. He's a very humble man, and he's got some classic gems right there. You know? So what do you like? So what do you like to eat, man? Like you know, obviously you're Ameranian, and you probably eat some, you know, some traditional meals. Y'all can eat some really good food.
And I love to cook. I have a very horrible kitchen. It's like I have a counter, I have a sink, a fridge, and a stove. Like, our apartment is very small. I have a small kitchen, but I cook up a storm. I love everything. I love Jamaican food. I love Indian food. I love Armenian food. I love Middle Eastern food, Mediterranean food. Man, I just love good old Canadian poutine. I love whatever, man. I love food. But I am an organic kind of a freak, though, at the same time. Like, I buy all organic produce, all organic everything. I won't drink tap water. I only drink, bottled water. I'm very health conscious.
We could see that. We could see that. You got a nice glow to you, a nice skin tone. You know what I mean? I like that Champions sweater you got on. What is that, a jacket you got on there? Those you tune into the radio right now.
Earlier.
Yeah, it was raining, yeah? So which part of Toronto? Which part of Toronto are you in right now? North, east, south, west? Which part? Downtown?
I'm in the east, like the beaches area.
Okay. So, you know what I mean? Who's some of your favorite Canadian hip-hop artists, or just artists in general? Do you like Celine Dion? Do you like Alanis Morissette?
Oh, of course. So, man, Alanis Morissette rocks. Yo, she was dope. She's different. She's unique. I still like when I hear her jams on the radio. You live and you learn. Yes, you do, Alanis Morissette.
You know what? And all these artists that we just mentioned, including Mariah Carey, I could hear it in your music. You know what I mean? You got this one track. It's called "Who Said." You know what I mean? And you're very versatile, right? So, how did this track come up? Who said? And you know what I mean? Like, what do you do before you get a track? Did you sit at home and write it, or you write in the booth? Do you write your tracks, or what? How's the process work?
I write all my own songs, and that's been my strong point my whole life, is writing. So before I was even on the mic, I was writing, and I actually never thought of being a rapper, which is weird because I wrote bars my whole life. When I was on the streets, I was just writing bars and bars, but God just had it go that way. I guess I sometimes just write things that are in my head, and I can hear where I want it to go. That's the biggest challenge, is getting your music to what you hear it in your head. I don't know if I've ever yet created a song yet that it turned out exactly how I've heard it. That's the challenge, and that's what I really want to accomplish. But I have definitely got out some great and been blessed with amazing producers that have helped me extract the ideas. So I'll write and then record, like, even just the melody by itself, just on acapella, and I'll give it to my producer, and he'll just come up with a beat and build a beat around it. I work with Joel J. Joseph. He's worked with Julie Black and Nelly Furtado. He's an amazing man. Man, he's amazing. He's been a mentor to me. He's been a producer. He's been a friend.
And is he such a wonderful person? You want to find the right people that could bring your talent out and help market your talent. And if you're doing something wrong, they could tell you. Now, who produced this track right here? Who produced this track? Who Said?
Who Said is by Big Shot and another beautiful brother of mine. He's
from Toronto.
Yeah, from Toronto. Okay. Big Shot. Yeah, he's a dope producer, dope brother. Shout out to Big Shot. He killed that track. Jeff, my other producer, shout out to Jeff McCulloch. He's my engineer. He's my producer. He engineers all my tracks. He mixes and masters them, records them, produces them. Like, Jeff and I produce together. A lot of my tracks we produce together. I know you have my song Insecurities. It's more mellow, more of a singing song than rap. And we worked on that for like 4 months producing that track. So I wrote the song, and then we just for 4 months produced it, and that might be the closest song that I've got. And Catching Feelings by Joel J.J. Joseph, that got to where I really envisioned it. Yeah, I love those brothers.
Yeah,
I love those brothers so much.
All right, so those of you listening on the radio right now, let's check that track. Who said that? Who said right here on the Majic Mixxx and the Majic Hour? Here we go. And we're back. Now, Kimmy, you still with us?
I'm here.
So we got 2 tracks. We got Power and we got Creeping.
Oh, we could play, let's play Creeping.
Let's play Creeping.
Creeping was about some creepy spirits, and I actually originally produced it because I started out making beats. So I originally produced it, captured this creepy vibe, and then I paid Justin Rhodes, he's a Billboard winning producer for some of Lecrae's music, actually, who's a great Christian artist that I respect. He reproduced it and he smoked it. So yeah, I love this track. This song it means something special to me, actually. This was my first Christian rap song that I ever did. And I actually had a dream when I did this song with Kanye West in it. And he said to me, something about the song. And now the same year that I released it, which is 10 years later, Kanye put out his Jesus is King album. And I just feel like this is the moment, man. God's raising up people that are going to say some powerful things. So this song it's got power.
You love that. You love Kanye West, don't you?
I love that he stands for Jesus.
Yeah.
He's the only one that has come out and fully turned around for God. If you listen to his album,
his first first single was "Help Me Jesus," you know what I mean, or "Jesus Walks," you know what I mean.
Right.
I say "Help Me Jesus." There's another artist, Saint Laz. He's got a track "Help Me Jesus." Everybody's getting back to that Christian rap. You know what I mean?
We got it.
Now, what's your social media? Where can they? Do you have any music videos? What's your YouTube? What's your social media? How can they get a hold of you?
Thank you. I'm Kimmy B Fly on Instagram, which B Fly is Mariah Carey fan tag, because her fan club is Honey B Fly. It's not that I think I'm so fly. I'm not vain like that. It's Kimmy B Fly, KIMMY, the letter B Fly.
On Instagram.
On Instagram.
Okay.
And my YouTube is KLove B Fly, KLUV. BFLY, and I have a few music videos on there. My album is on Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, whatever you listen to, Google Play. My album is called Fly by Kimmy B, and it's everywhere. It's available everywhere. You can stream it for free, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it and just find some good. There's lots of good inspirational music, good for the kids. It's not corny. It's my testimony. It's got power. It's got heart. It's good. Something good for your ears. It's good.
Okay. Now, anything last you want to say to the world right now? Because we're on so much platforms right now. Is there anything you want to say to the world? Any words of hope? Is it going to get better, Kimmy? Right? Because, maybe you're more closer to God than a lot of people, because people are too close to their devices, like their tablet, their phone, just the whole digital world. Did you know during this whole coronavirus, everything got digitized? Like, people thought, oh, the internet took over before the corona. No, it didn't. It's digitized. Like, look at this. You're not even here in Ottawa. I can't come see you. We're doing this whole thing over Zoom. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So any words of wisdom for the world right now?
I would definitely say that now is the time to believe and to realize that this world is passing. It's a fleeting thing. It's passing quickly. And our home is not here. God has made all things new. He is not to blame. This is not Jesus's kingdom here. His kingdom is coming. And we must pray that his will be done and his kingdom come. But this is not his kingdom. So when you look around and you see the evil and you see the suffering, please do not blame Jesus, because this is not his kingdom. He told us that the devil would be ruling here for a time, but he has beat the devil already on the cross. He has already prepared a place for us. He has already made all things new, and his kingdom is coming. So prepare and pray to be in his kingdom, because this is not his kingdom. So yeah, that's my word.
That's your word? Okay. Well, Kimmy B, thank you so much. Here's your track, Creeping, right here on the Majic Mixxx.
Thank you. God bless.
All right,
you.
Here you go. Now that we're off, now this is just for strictly YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. Now, Kimmy B, thank you so much. What are your plans for today? What are you going to be doing today? It's Sunday, right?
Yeah, I actually start a new job today.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you want to give that off? Tonight. Is it private or what? What do you do?
I bartend and I'm a waitress.
Okay,
I'm a
okay.
server, you know, I serve any way that I can. I don't really go to church that much anymore, you know. I watch a lot of stuff online. I watch my preachers. I fill myself with the word, but I don't have a home church right now. It's not anything that I'm against or that I don't want. It's just something I don't have right now. And yeah, I have my 3 kids. We like to, you know, it's been, you know, I'm a bartender, so I obviously have had no job for the last few months, but now I have 2 jobs, so I'm blessed. God is good. But when it's just the kids and I, you know, it's always just the kids and I, but when we have nothing to do, we're swimming, we're out, we're, you know, at the park, kicking around the soccer ball. The kids love basketball. We like to go camping in Niagara Falls.
Word.
Yeah, like we like the outdoors.
Okay, that's cool. Well, I want to take too much of your time, man. You're gonna get ready for work. I just got to tell you, thank you once again. You know what I mean? Those of you listening and watching, go check her music out. Go check her. You know what I mean? How many, you got any new videos you're about to release? This is a sneak peek right here. Anything that we should need to know where they can only find out if they watch this channel?
Well, I do have some pretty awesome connections that I've just made, and there will be some new music coming. So I can't really say much about it, but there is going to be some seriously dope new music on the way. And I just released Insecurities. That was my latest single. There is a remix pack that's on the way. If you like, I could, you know, drop you the exclusive when it hits. I have Insecurities is out, but the remix packs is about to come out. So we got like a dubstep remix. We got a dance remix, like EDM type thing. We got a R&B remix by Joel, JJ Joseph. So that's coming out, and it has not been heard yet. So I could definitely send you that when it's ready.
Please do, man. Let Majic Mike be the first. You know what I mean? Once again, Kimmy, thank you so much.
Thank
Everybody
you so
that's tuned
much.
in on Zoom, subscribe
All the
to my
best.
channel. All right, one.
Be safe. God bless.